Good evening, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of Foundry VTT's A House Divided. And with most of our players here for the evening, we will get cracking and see what is going to ensue. Falling, tumbling through silence. All around you the others tumble, out of control, an inaudible wind tearing at their clothing and hair as they plummet through an oppressive nothingness. After an indiscriminate amount of time, the whirling colours and strange oppressive darkness seem to fluctuate. Like paint being spread upon a canvas, you watch as the colours around you darken, as though the sun has passed behind a great mountain and painted the world in twilight. A strange sense of peace consumes you, and just as you're beginning to question how long this might go on, you are finally hurled from the portal in a clatter of limbs and equipment and furniture. Can everyone make a dexterity save, please? Apart from you, Conrad, you're free to be safe on that one.
Thank you.
Whoa! Oh! God damn it, there was just like floor under my feet all of a sudden.
Oh, did we all do okay?
Milton was good. I think everybody is, Let me just double check.
Surprisingly, Mona was good for how damaged she was.
Yeah, considering how injured she was, it does seem like you've done very well there as this is going on. But yeah, you all find your feet relatively well at this other side of this strange portal. You don't know how much time has passed, but the voice that you had been hearing of Espen on the other side now coalesced in form. You're in a very nice kind of parlor room from what you can see, with an old person that you've known before of Espen and another strange character that seems to be also here as well, looking like he is dressed as a relatively fancy but darkly played butler. There we go. I can at least put it in the chat for you all at least.
Ooh.
Very dapper.
He definitely looks dapper, definitely looks very butler-esque. You're in one piece on the other side of this thing as you see Espen, and Espen, yeah, you see them arrived through this portal that you just watched this character that you've been speaking with basically almost pull them through, kind of like what he did with you not too long previous.
Espen will nod to this gentleman and then rush around the billiards table. Which one of you looks the most hurt?
Mona.
Me.
Not a doubt.
Mona is currently heavily breathing, bleeding all over the floor. He is not looking good at all.
Okay, so Espen, as he's rushing by, will help Astra up and just say, "My friends, it's so good to see you. Hold on, Mona, please." And as you're righting yourself on the ground, I will take out my amulet and put a hand over your wound, and I will cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, I'll look around and say, "Excuse me, but where are we? Bob? Bob, are you here?" As
you're looking around, Milton, no signs of Bob as this is going on. The butler type person on the other side, he says, "Apologies, these are all I could pull through. I could sense others in the space, but I couldn't grasp them for some reason. However, I can still sense they're there in some form. They're just out of my reach."
As Espen's healing me and holding me, I'll grab and be like, "Espen, where's Regulus? Why isn't he here?"
I don't know. I would assume that he would be with you. He came through the portal, didn't he?
He went through first. I would have thought he would be here before all of us.
No, you all arrived at the same time. Unfortunately, the Lord is not with you.
Yeah, the butler says, "I did sense others, but I could not pull them through. Like this place resisted their joining us here. I do not know why."
Does that mean he's still tumbling through nothingness?
"I am sorry, I do not know. Maybe." And this character seems saddened that he's not been able to help in the moment with whatever's going on, but also feeling powerless to be able to pull off whatever was needed.
I wouldn't worry too much. He'll probably pass out from the shock soon anyway.
Indeed. He seems quizzical at that on that one.
My friends, let me introduce you to... This is Usk, the caretaker.
Excuse you.
Sorry?
That noise you just made. I thought you sneezed.
No, that is the name of our benefactor here.
Oh, my apologies.
He is the head butler of the Raventree estate, the one of the many that went missing all those years ago. They are here on this side, but in this spectral form.
At least some of us are, yes.
Do I have a list of like the former employees of this place, or is that not part of my inventory?
Just roll me a d20. Let's just see if it's over a 10. You did have something on there that had some sort of a list.
Conrad, you rolled that privately, by the way, so I can't see what you healed me.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were healed 10.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Sorry, Milton. One of the things that wasn't in the records was the full list, or all of the actual employees of the family, if that makes sense. One of the many things that were lacking in the docs.
Well, they're less important than the physical holdings anyway, so, you know.
That is true. That is definitely true. Well played, sir. Well played on that one. But yes, I am the head butler of the Raventree estate, valet to the lord of the manor, and the person who has been trying to pull you through ever since I first noticed and sensed your friend here, the healer Espen.
Why
Yes,
did you want to pull us through? What do you gain from that?
We were in dire straits in the house. We were woefully outnumbered by the undead, and Usk has kept me appraised of your movings in the house. He sensed that you were in grave danger from wherever you just were.
We thought it best to at least try and bring you here. At least here you had a better chance of survival.
Can I do an insight check to kind of gauge whether or not he is legitimately only doing this to save us, or whether or not he wanted us here for other reasons?
Absolutely, you can definitely make an insight check.
And as I see her scrutinizing, can I cast guidance? Never mind, she rolled that super quickly.
God.
As this is, you're not the first to try this. You are another one that, he is in this form and this sort of dark presence that he is quite hard to read on this one. But he says, "You are here now in the Raventree estate, the home of the Corvinaris family. But it is as though it has been swallowed by the night. I can't pretend to understand it, but this place is now timeless, without moon, without sun, living in shadows. Restless spirits walk the halls, some strangely cordial, and many of the rooms are not quite as I remember. Lord Crin's tastes are reflected here, quite unlike his father's, who I once served. It is a dark shadow of what it was once."
Lord Crin?
The master of this place, yes.
A Corvinaris.
Yes. The son of Darius.
Good sir, I am afraid you have gone completely mad. You see, we were just at the Corvinaris estate, and it was in absolute ruins, and we were trying to pass it on to the next in line. The son of Mr. Crin Corvinaris, actually.
Yes, that's the one person that you were unable to pull through, the new heir of the estate, unfortunately. Which is why we pray to Lathander that he is okay.
But the heir is here. He is with his father. Don't understand. Yes, I don't understand what you mean. We've been trapped here for so long, I don't...
I do not know what's going on, but if Regulus is here, I suggest you take us to him.
He says, apologies, I do not know the name that you speak of.
Regulus, the son of Crin Corvinaris.
I'm sorry, you must be mistaken. That is not his son's name.
It was said that his son that we came with was out of wedlock. Perhaps you are unfamiliar with him.
Oh, this is uncomfortable. His wife, it would be, I would keep this quiet as if I was you, in front of anyone in the house for now, until you can substantiate what you say. Can you substantiate what you say? How much time has passed? We feel like we have been trapped a long time, but we have no sense of how long.
Well, wait, let me piece this together. So you were swallowed up whole into like a darkness you cannot escape from. Is this correct?
I can't say for certain what happened, but I was here. There was some sort of explosion in the dining hall. I heard screaming, and then the whole house shook like it was going to collapse. And then I felt pain unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I collapsed, and I awoke here, in this dark version of the house. I have served ever since.
There's 20 years have passed since we last heard of anybody living into the estate.
Has it really been so long?
The estate is in ruins.
I don't understand. Are you from another version of this place? This is beyond me. The only thing I can understand so far is that we've been trapped here and trying to free ourselves of this dark place, but I do not understand most of what you have said about another version of this place. Although and he sort of drifts off for a moment, and then sort of, I'm sorry, what did you say? And it's like he's lost his chain of thought when he's even thinking about a different version of this place.
Good sir, I am afraid you were all swallowed up by a dark hole, and you are now dead. We would like to make our way out of this hell dimension and return back to the real material plane, where we will conclude our business in the succession of the Corvinaris family. Please, escort us to the exit.
I do not know of a way out of here, although there have been thoughts of ideas of what might be doable. I am sorry, but yeah, all of us here have been trapped. We've not been able to escape in this time. I know that the Master has had ideas or thoughts of how to get out of here, but he has not shared them with me. Or others, I believe.
Might we request an audience with your master, the Lord Kryn?
I think that's something that would be possible to do. However, if you were to just visit him without him knowing you prior, he is not a good man. He would be distrusting of that. However, if you were to come currying some favors of others in the house, maybe you would have more or a better reception. There are possibilities within the house that would make that doable.
Good man. My firm has been tied to him and his family for ages. I am sure he will receive us with open arms without any sort of problem. I have a contract somewhere that can prove it, I think, unless Bob had it on him, in which case I might need to look elsewhere, but
fair enough. Shall we see what you delve into the bag and see how you do with another D20 roll and see how you do? Above a 10, there's something in there that proves that you did do something with the house. A 17. Pulling out this document on that front, he says, "This is interesting. You had some sort of an agreement with Darius, his father. I shall take it to him and see if he is interested. If you wish to wait here, I can see if it will persuade the master to come down, although he has been in a testy mood lately."
Before you leave, Usk, I was so caught up with my companions that I failed to ask, has any other people come through those portals that you make? Maybe a younger woman who wore the same robes as I did.
Others have come here in the past, but it has been a while since that has happened. I do not know of anyone with the robes that you're speaking of here currently. I am sorry if that is something you expected to find here.
I prayed it so, but perhaps she is still from where we came from. I will keep her in my prayers. Thank you. And noticeably deflated, Espen goes and sits down on this chair.
Astra will come and reassuringly pat him on the shoulder because she knows it's hard for him.
No problem. With that, the butler will take your contract away. So yes, he will will be walking out the door. The door is not locked as he leaves it, but he does head out and disappears. You hear steps heading to an upstairs space as this goes on, as you guys are left in the room to contemplate what has got on, as you finally can take a breath in this moment as as you are in relative comfort right now.
Milton will lay down on his comfy chair and say out loud, "There, Azazel, Gargut, and Associates come through again. I am sure we will be out of here in no time."
But why are we Regulus isn't here. Did anyone else? Everyone saw him go through the portal, right? Why hasn't he showed up?
I am sure he just showed up in a different part of the house. Portal magic can get tricky sometimes.
My theory is he's still tumbling through nothingness. I'm sure he'll be fine.
You guys saw how badly he fights. He's not going to survive very long, and unfortunately, Milton, you're going to have to deal with that. Being the only heir of the Corvinares family, it's all going to be on you and your firm, and it's going to look very bad on you, especially.
I am sure everything will end up fine. I would not worry about it. Besides, you have all seen Cordelia summon her inky, milky blackness. I am sure she can reach into the void and pull him out at some point. Isn't that right, Cordelia?
Yes, I'm sure that's in my repertoire somewhere. Maybe.
I will say that it seems that time passes somewhat differently in this place. I have been here barely an hour since I last saw you. But Usk explained that as time and space and whatnot seems like it matters not here. Perhaps he just hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, a little bit of time passes. You don't have any quick response as this is going on. But yeah, is there anything anyone would be up to in this period as long as this is going on?
Yeah, trying to notice any similarities with this room as the room we came from to see if there's any if it's like a mirror room. The idea of this is the same room in a different.
Make a perception check for me.
Yeah. For the love of all that's good and pure in this world.
Even with a 1, you can recognize that this space is very, very different in shape than the one you were in previous. You don't believe there's any connection in shape, just even in the most obvious. But that's as much as you think in the moment as that's kind of going on. Is there anyone else up to anything when this is going on?
I think Espen is making the rounds to see if anybody needs any additional healing. It seemed Mona was the most grievously injured when they first arrived, but I mean, anyone else, and he would, walk up, offer it, see if anybody is okay. Ask Cordelia, ask Milton.
Please, I can take care of myself, and I will. Yeah, then I will push 6 into myself. I will be fine. Thank you, good healer. But I do not need the interference of the gods. Thank you.
Odd wording there. Espen raises an eyebrow to that, but then turns to Cordelia and how about you? Are you all right? Do you require any aid?
None whatsoever. I have the foresight of not jumping into danger.
I'd like to think that part of the reason Astra's perception was so bad is she got distracted seeing the beautiful grand piano.
It's beautiful. I mean, the lavishness of what you're seeing here is, I mean, you can only assume this is what the house was like in its heyday. You haven't been to every room in the house before, but it certainly looks like a lavish version of the space you were in previously.
She'll nervously try and play it. So can I do a performance check? Because she'd probably be itching to
Oh, okay. Have a little go on that one. By all means, make a performance check. See how you do. Okay. For some reason, you're playing the right notes, but it's like the piano is detuned by a semi-low note each time, so it all sounds just that little bit off as you're playing, and which feels very odd in the in the moment on that front. I think Mona, is there something you would have been up to?
Would obviously still be quite pissed off that Regulus isn't here, but she would again take off the bandages where she was slashed. This time it would be in the abdomen. She is still bleeding quite a lot. She is still not looking healthy at all. And this time, it just like her arms, she is just absolutely covered in scars, like everywhere. You can see it, and she'll take a heavy breath and wrap back up, and just take a big lie back on the chair. She is just at the moment. She is just over it at the moment.
Miss Mona, if you require any other healing, I can help.
Don't waste anything. We'll be out of here soon enough. We don't need to waste any more spells.
Then I will not use spells. And he reaches inside of his messenger bag that he has on his side, and he will pull out a jar. It's a pretty plain looking jar with just like a little glass top, and he takes it off, and he takes out a generous portion of some sort of it's like a mint green paste, like an ointment of some sort, and he will say, "May I, please?" And he'll lift up your bandages, and he will kind of smooth it on, and it has the feeling of being like icy at first, and then goes into a dull, kind of soothing warmth. And I will use my 1 restorative ointment. So this is going to give you 2d8 plus 2.
Oh, interesting.
So you get 12 hit points back from that.
Thank you, Espen. And she'll rewrap where you've obviously put over her wounds and everything.
Yes, my acolyte, she lacks the ability to channel the divine as I do, but she's very clever, and this was actually a concoction of her make that she insisted I keep on me at all times for emergencies, and I think your well-being is considered that, so you're welcome. And that is now spent, so because I only had enough to get 1.
Thank you.
A few more moments pass as you are waiting, when you do start to hear the sounds of someone coming back downstairs and making their way back to the door of the room. And once again, the butler will step through into the space, and he says, "My apologies to you. I was intercepted. I ran into the lady of the house on my way to see Lord Kryn, and she asked what I was up to. I explained and showed her the contract, which she was offended by, and says that this cannot possibly be true. My apologies, I did not get to speak to the Lord at this time. However, I will try again when the lady's wrath has calmed. Yes, it seems that there may be some doubt to your claim at this moment. Apologies to honored guests."
I do not think there is doubt on my claim. It is as clear as day. It is as clear as the blood with which the contract is signed that this is a valid agreement between the two parties. On the one hand being my organization, and on the other hand being the Corvinaris family.
Yes, there is one technicality to that the name on that contract is Darius Corvinaris, not Kryn. But in doing that, but it seems that the lady of this house has in some way intercepted what was going on, and has, for now, decided that is not something that was going to happen.
Site about whether or not that is a legitimate story, and he didn't just walk out and just stand there for a bit and then come back and go, "Oh no, what is it?"
Yeah, you can definitely insight check him on that one. The
stockroom move.
Everyone in the retail industry knows it.
Fair enough. Yeah, definitely you can make another insight check. It's been enough time.
Yeah, definitely. Decent.
There we go.
He did very well, but it's not beating a 27. You are 100% sure that this is a very honest person, if in a strange situation. He is being. You're very truthful in what he is saying and doing with you at the moment. You feel his honesty.
Okay, Astra, realizing this, will kind of relax a bit and soften her expression towards him and be like, "Well, thank you for at least trying. You said something about us trying to gain favor with the rest of the household? If maybe we can regain her favor through that again, whatever suggestion you have would probably be best for us."
I believe there would be options. You could speak to the lady herself. I believe that there are things that she has demanded be done around the house that no one has been willing to do, but be mindful of your manners if you do be around her. She seems to be increasingly short-tempered since we've been here. She is not in the best of moods, and with your 27 from previous, you think that may be an understatement in the way he is describing her as that's going on that one.
Ooh.
There are others here that could maybe use your help as well. There is Loranth, a sculptor in the service of the lady, and surely will be needing assistance with her next piece. She might need a model or materials, it's hard to say. She is rather strange and reclusive, but she is around in the house. Master Valaxis, he's another one here, has a multitude of tasks given to him which I believe remain unaddressed. He might be willing to put some responsibility upon your shoulders, or he might not. It is always hard to predict the temperament and the will of the moment to moment of that one. Be warned though, he's not nearly as temperamental as his mother, and do not provoke his ire. He can be quite cruel. Milton, that's a name you do know. That's the legitimate son of Kryn Corvinavus.
Because on the thing you gave me, it seemed like he was... Or is that someone else? That's because that seemed like to be not descended from Kryn himself, but from his wife?
So he is through marriage, not through birth, if that makes sense. But yeah, he is on the family tree as the legitimate heir of Kryn and Vivesna in that respect, if that makes sense. So he's literally on the list, whereas Regulus is not on that list. But obviously there is, you would know in this moment as well, Milton, that obviously someone on the male heir line of that could make claim that might be higher than his, if that makes sense, if proven.
I assume that my goal is to just get the estate in the hands of a new heir, right? Doesn't really matter, which heir it is. It doesn't have to be Regulus specifically.
It doesn't have to be Regulus specifically. No, that is definitely true. But you have to be of the opinion, Milton, are these people alive or dead that are here? Is the other question that you're not sure of what because this is a dark, strange, planed version of the place. Yeah, that might be up in the air, Milton, if that makes sense.
Just out of curiosity, can I use Divine Sense?
Fair enough. Yeah, you definitely can. He does not come up as undead on this one, as you sense.
Interesting. So they must still be alive in some way.
But I'm gonna say that you get when you've sensed other souls before, his seems diminished. I'm going to put it in those terms for you, like a weak candle in the flickering in the flame.
Okay, interesting.
He carries on with other people that you might be able to help. He says, our poor groundskeeper has lost another one of his scythes. He is struggling to implement what he needs to do within the grounds. He would likely ask you for help getting it back. I don't know what fate befell it, but if it was simply, would have done it already, so be prepared for that if you wish to try and curry favour. But they're most of the people here that are still sane, or at least still what they once were. Others are Less so. More
And what was
diminished.
the groundskeeper's name, please?
Groundskeeper Timnus, yes.
So you're saying to gain an audience with any of the Corvinaris family, we need to do housework for them first.
Yes, that's exactly what he's saying, and I'm not doing housework. We have to leave. You've brought us all here. You've missed one of us, illegitimate heir, and you're asking us to go fetch a scythe. What?
He says, I am sorry, I do not know what to say. I can take you straight to the lady and the master maybe in time, but I don't know if that would do well for you. I am only trying to help you with options. He does not like people he does not know or have not curried favor. It is a strange time in a strange place, and they seem worse for being here.
Well, no, there is no need to offend our hosts here. Mona, Espen, Astra, Cordelia, you're all hired hands. I suggest you get to it and get back here once it's done, and then we can have our audience.
I would like to remind you, sir, that you are also a hired hand.
And
Yes, you are the only one here who actually is contracted to work for the Corvinaris family.
Yeah, and last time I checked, I was contracted to Regulus. Regulus isn't actually here, same as Cordelia.
Yes. So,
Milton, if you would like to go fetch a scythe.
or scrub some floors, or whatever else the lady wants us to do.
Ugh. That just sounds so beneath me. I not to be like a snob or anything, but come on, I went to law school for so many years. It's
As Espen walks up to you and clamps a hand on your shoulder in that older gentleman who doesn't really have a concept of personal space or strength, and just says, "A little hard work will be good for everyone here. It'd be the first normal thing that happens as we come to the estate. Come. We will help with this, and this will help us hopefully find Regulus, get your answers, and maybe find my acolyte. Hard work, I can do. Hard work, I can get behind."
And I sort of brush the hand off my shoulder. Is that the thing I can do?
Absolutely.
Espen's already walked away after he got done saying that. He's completely oblivious.
Okay, fair enough. So, as a group, then, what route do you think you're wishing to take? Do you wish to, go meet with the lady of the house, the groundskeeper, or this artist that you've heard of, or in theory, legitimate son? Who, again, he has been, he has warned you, can be quite cruel, whatever that means.
Can we get the names of the lady and the artist again? I'm sorry,
Absolutely,
I missed those.
yep, no problem. That is definitely easily done. So the lady's name is Vivesna, and the artist's name would be Larenth. Let me pass that through. And then the son's name, and obviously, you know there is Kryn Corvinaris is the other name that you have heard. The master of this house, or the lord is on that one. Actually, Milton, you would be the one that would realise that, he's talking about Kryn as the lord of the house, as if he's the highest ranking member of the family. You would be very aware of that, yeah.
That is strange, but I kind of assuming that something happened to Darius and Kryn kind of took over.
It's incredibly implied by the way the butler's talking, absolutely.
Yeah, and seeing as the whole house apparently got swallowed by blackness in this strange parallel universe, I assume it would have something to do with that. Which one was the groundskeeper?
The groundskeeper was Timus.
Yeah, Aspen would probably be going a salt of the earth person as he is. He would go for probably the groundskeeper, and probably be least interested in interacting with any of the Corvinarises since he knows them and knows how they're not great people.
Astra would push for the artist because, honestly, out of all the jobs offered, it seems like the most fun and enjoyable one.
That's fair.
So that's why she would push for that. We've suffered enough. She'll tell everyone, just go do some sculpting. That sounds like a lot of fun. Just relaxing a bit.
Anyone else putting in a vote anywhere?
Oh yeah, Mona would be the lady of the house. She wants to get out of here as soon as possible. She doesn't want to do any chores or anything.
Okay, fair enough. So
Cordelia would go straight for the master of the house, Kryn. He is meant to be Regulus's father.
That is true.
I love that we're all going in different directions for completely acceptable reasons.
And I kind of wanted to go for the sun because
Yes!
he might be another religious
Oh
way.
man, this is why we needed 6. We had 5 choices.
God damn it, Jamie.
Oh man, Jamie, no, Regulus was not here for this one.
Miss Cordelia, while I appreciate your willingness to go for Mr. Kryn, I believe seeing him now, going up to see him now, if we are to believe this Master Usk, that would be a bad idea.
Why?
Master Usk, care to explain?
The master does. The master is not one for people turning up unannounced without favor.
But we already have turned up. We are unwilling guests in this house, and we, as you've said, cannot leave, so tough shit.
I can definitely force the issue if you so wish. I do warn you that the master would be more testy that way. I'm afraid that might not do you the best of favors. I can only warn, I cannot say for sure.
Speaking from experience dealing with the Corvinars family years ago, ingratiating yourselves to our host would be most wise.
It is on your shoulders. I will do as I am asked. I can only suggest.
Wait, you've dealt with the Corvinaris family before? While they were still in residence at the house?
Only in passing. The reason why I could take you here is because back when I was in the militia in Ferncombe, I played as a guide/guard to caravans and whatnot that would come to the Corvinaris estate. I've never been this far inside of the household, only in the entryway and only briefly, but I can say that the style of the room that we're in and Usk are all reminiscent of what I've seen.
Yes, Espen, you definitely would say reminiscent is a very good way of putting it. It's not the same in some ways. It looks like a very different style of house in some ways. It's not how you remember it when you were a kid. It's not laid out in the same way in style of furniture or furnishings, shall we say. It seems like someone else had painted the picture or dressed the house in a different way, if that makes sense. The same house, different dressing.
Yeah, so I'll stick with that wording, but I think as soon as he says it, he kind of knows that it wasn't exactly accurate.
Yeah, but enough in your head that this is more where Espen is with it.
But that is why I believe we should speak to the groundskeeper. We help with the beautification of the estate, as it were, in this place. It will show that we're willing to work for and with the Corvinars family.
We don't have a good track record with gardens, though. As a unit, we haven't done massively well in them.
Well, that is very true. I think I am coming back on my idea. I still want to talk to the members of the Corvinars family, mainly Vaxilus, Kryn, and Vivesna. But I think it might be prudent to have a record of this, and because of that, I think it might be best to go after Timnus or Lyrant first, because I need to summon Bob and I need materials, and I believe they might be useful in
I see. So yeah, where are we sort of landing as a group, guys?
My stance hasn't changed.
Neither has mine. Talk to the tip of the sword. He's the only one we're going to get truth from. If we talk to the son and the wife, they're going to say no, the son is the heir, no matter what. Especially if he's not a blood Corvinaris, whereas the father might have some knowledge of his, how do I word this nicely, past conquests?
That's it's actually not unreasonable that on that front for what Cordelia is saying, but the legitimate wife may not know. It's quite possible,
or she might not care.
Or
she's only self-interested.
All plausible. So as a group, where are we heading? Come on, let's.
Did anyone's mind change? Did anyone change opinion?
It sounds like Milton's jumping on board for the hired help.
Yeah, I'm going with either Lyrant or Timnus.
Okay.
Let's go Lyrant, the artist. Why not? At least that's inside. No, like, dirty artwork.
Yes, let's stand around and pose for a sculptor for the next 20 years.
Fair enough. So as he realizes that you're sort of coming to the conclusion that for now the first thing on the list will be to meet with Larenth, the artist, he will say, "Very well, I will lead you to her. Bear with me." And he will start to walk you out of the of the door and into the main house as this is all going on.
This is the artist, right? That we're hearing.
Yeah, you're going to be heading to the artist.
I was about to say, this is as far in as Espen's ever been inside this. Like, he haven't been in any of the rooms or anything, but you're saying that this area here is stylized different.
Yes, yeah. So the tiling would be of a darker tone. The furnishings are richer, darker fabrics with reds and other bits around as well. It's kind of like a very, I'm going to say, toned down or darker version of what you recall when you were younger.
Okay.
Like through a looking glass darkly.
Yeah, to himself, I think Espen will say, "This is different. This does not look the way it did before. Lighting is darker, but also the tiling and the fabrics. This is not quite right."
Yeah, the only other things you would remember, Espen, was you remember that when they were showing people around, people could be paid to allow you to into the front halls, and you were allowed to have a look around the library, which would have been the door off to one side previously. So you're aware that the library is off to one side of this sort of space, if that makes sense. The rest was always considered family spaces, and wasn't ever sort of shown off in the same way as that's all going on.
I'd like to take this moment just to gush of the map. If you zoom in, every single marble tile is
different
and individual.
Wow!
They've not copied and pasted, which they very could easily do. Everything is different, and I'm very excited by marble patterning.
They've done a very good job.
Like, there's like a book on this table here.
Oh.
Is this something that's actually there, or is it something I can take a look at?
Absolutely, yeah. As you're making your way out into the foyer there, yeah, Milton, yeah, you do actually spot that there is a book on the table. Do you just peruse it for a moment? Just as you recognise what this is fairly straightforwardly. It's a guest book of the house. It's obviously the guests sign when they're here, but it seems like a pretty blank book, except for two names at the beginning of the book.
What names are those?
You spot the name Vostalas and the name Larenth, and they seem to be they sort of log themselves in and out a handful of times over the last decade or so, and Larenth's name appears only once 16 years ago.
So Lyrant is the artist we're going to see, right?
Lyrant is the artist, her name appears only once on that one.
So she signed in and then never left, basically.
Yes, yeah. However, Vostalas, his name has been a handful of times in and out over the last decade.
Have we heard this name before or not?
I don't believe you have.
Are the dates of him signing in and out post the disappearance of the family?
Yes, they are within the last decade. So yeah, within the last 10 years. Yeah, he comes and goes for different periods of times, staying for different lengths of time. But yeah, that's the only thing you do pick up, Milton, is his name's in there many times with different dates and times.
Mr. Usk, can I ask you something?
Of course. What can I do for you, sir?
Who is this Mr. Vodkalusk that's in this book here? He seems to have signed in and out for a couple of times over the past.
Yes, he is our librarian. He has been able to visit from time to time throughout the years. He seems to have more means to travel. He reminds me quite a lot of you.
Oh, is that so? Well, that's interesting. Is he in now, or?
I believe if you were to ask with the imps in the library, I believe he is still here at the moment, yes.
Imps, you say? Now that is interesting.
And by all means, if you wish, we can, and he points towards the library first, we can visit the library before I take you up to see the lady?
Oh, please. Let's go help this poor lady out first, and then once we will get our business done, I will speak to this librarian fellow, or his imps.
Very well. And yes, he will lead you onto her dwelling within the premises. The butler will start to say, "Please follow me. This way," as he starts to lead on.
Cordelia would like to sign the guest book.
Absolutely, you certainly
Espen
can.
was legitimately lining up behind you to do the same thing.
Same. I wanted to do it too.
She'll just leave a little note like, "Love what you've done with the place," and then she just has the biggest, most ostentatious autograph signature that takes up probably a full quarter of the page.
Wonderful. This big flourish at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Espen just walks up and seeing that Cordelia had written a note is kind of at a loss of what to write, so he'll just write in kind of a blocky uppercase all letters, "Thank you for having me back," and then underneath that just Espen of Ferncombe.
Okay.
Astra will go in and sign in as a reporter with the Magic Mirror newspaper. So she won't put any personal notes because she'll put it as a professional courtesy. That's why she's there.
I see. Fair enough.
And Milton will look up, but take out his calligrapher supplies and in big gaudy ornate letters write his name, and then underneath part of, and then the name of his law firm underneath.
Fair enough.
Mona will just be really confused, walk over and just write M, and then just walk away.
Fair enough. Okay, so yes, as you guys have now written into the guest book in the foyer, you can obviously see the two large sets of stairs leading up to the upper floor, but the butler is taking you underneath that and onwards to further within the place.
James, what are these? Are these guards of some sort? Or are
they
just
appear
armor?
to be, at first they appear to be armor, but make a perception check.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. If it's not alive, it's bewitched.
Yep.
Because they are subtly keeping an eye on you at least. They may not be moving their vision too much, but you feel you're being watched by them.
With that perception, can I sort of tell if they're guarding this room specifically? Because they kind of look like they are.
So with the high level on that one, I'm going to give you. There were some in the foyer that seemed to be guarding the sides of the room, and it is heavily implied by the way those two are in front of you that they appear to be guarding another room. With your high level perception, I'll say just as you briefly at the crossroads, there are more of these at other points within this space at the crossroads. Many of these black onyx coloured statues would be the best way of putting it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
in
not.
her head.
But in your head, you think these aren't statues.
Yeah. In her head, she'll also say, "Well, I guess we're not fighting our way through this. I don't think we'll live if we do."
The butler will join you at the front. He says, "Our little workshop is off down this way. Please follow me." And he will move, and he will eventually take you past two more. And this is when you get an up close view of these guards as you're going past them. But yeah, they are. I would say a fairly menacing presence as this is all all going on. But they seem to be idle, but watching would be the best way of putting it. The butler will open the door for you and step to one side and sort of wave his hand and say, "Please." Inside, Cordelia and the rest of you, you can see what appears to be a compact studio, a tightly confined chaos space in teal orange. Shelves and racks line the walls, loaded with hammers, chisels, picks, rasps of all kind. Stone and dust litters every surface. The air is thick with unsettled stone that cakes the throat and nostrils with every breath. Against one wall, bathed in pale light from a lantern above, a slender, armoured figure is half carved from a block of bone white marble, appearing to be a beautiful elven warrior. The artistry on display is astounding, even, this incomplete piece. In the other corner of the room is a hooded figure made of a similar set of stone. The folds and cloth and creases of the flesh are so intricate it appears almost real under the flickering green light. And it's vastly to behold. And then there is a figure here that appears to be working on all of this.
Are we even meant to be able to already see her token?
Yes, she is supposed to be in the room, yes.
She sneaks for hair, and as soon as I see this, I will avert my gaze and look at this person as little as possible.
I'll be looking at toes. That's what I'll be doing.
I don't think Espen knows not to, so...
I'm just staring at these things, waiting for them to move.
She seems to be smiling as Usk brings you into the room, and you can tell he seems quite uncomfortable with this as this is going on, as she appears to be instantly flirting with him. Usk, you are looking wonderful today. You seem in good health as always. I'm pleased it seems that you have also brought guests with you this time. What fine models you have brought with you, charming boy. I wonder. I trust you have brought me good specimens this time. And then when do you plan to pose for me? She says, I simply must capture that jawline at some point. He seems very uncomfortable and he says, I am sorry to disturb you, my lady, but these are new guests to the house. And they wish to curry favour with the masters. And I thought there was no better way than to bring them to you. And she says, well, I am always in need of more models for my art. Welcome. My name is Larenth. It is nice to meet you. And she seems very pleasant as this is going on. But to everybody, as you're looking at her, the knowledge that this is a Medusa is incredibly obvious right now as you're looking at snakes for hair as this is going on. However, you have not instantly been turned to stone in the moment right now as this is all going on.
Still looking at feet regardless.
Absolutely, yeah. You've sort of noticed. Oh my, and eyes down as this is going on.
Positively charmed, and she'll put out a hand.
Espen has walked into the room and kind of like clocked the snake's hairs and just kind of wandered to where he's standing, kind of in a trance, like he's never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, I mean the hair is just flowing dramatically as this is all going on, but many pairs of eyes within the hair as this is going on. It is quite enchanting as this is going on. Well, am I to take a look at you and see which one if any of you would make decent models? Is that okay for a moment? If I can just take you all in. And she sort of is looking at Mona outside of the room at this point to try and sort of coax you into her room, if that makes sense, as this is all going on.
I will push Astra forward to allow me to get in.
Well,
still averting my eyes because you'll know that this is a Medusa. She'll just be like, here you go.
Certainly, Milton. What are you doing in the moment? So.
While she's looking at other people, I will silently cast protection from good and evil on myself.
Fair enough.
Just because I can. Gonna use a warm-up slot for this.
No problem. So yeah, you do it at the moment. And so so Ashley, you've been pushed forward, and hand comes up to grasp yours in the moment. She starts to turn your hand, one of your hands over, and then starts looking up you quizzically as is sort of taking you in as you're still trying to avert your eyes from all this as the hissing of the snake heads is going on around you as this is going on. She says, "A fine-ish bone structure, a little tired around the eyes. There is something here, but it is not... I'm sorry, my dear, not quite what I'm looking for at the moment. And then, she will look around at the next one and taking in Milton for a minute and says, I'm sorry, no, the tiefling aesthetic has not been something I've been interested in. As she then moves past Milton fairly quickly in the moment.
Out of vogue.
Tieflings are not in vogue with her.
No.
She doesn't think it's the style of the time in the moment. She then looks over Cordelia in the moment and says, "Fine structure."
Cordelia is utterly oblivious to the fact that she is a Medusa and is just loving all of this attention. She's like, "Oh, yes."
The clothing quite beautiful. I'm sure that would be interesting as a piece.
Oh, custom made. I shall give you the name of my tailor.
Oh, I would be indeed pleased. She seems to be smiling at all of this. And if I was looking for a female model at this time, I would certainly be thinking of choosing you, my dear. You have excellent features.
Oh, as do you, darling.
Oh, please.
Do you perhaps have any self-portraits?
I've never thought of looking at myself for the art, but I do not know. It feels too subservient in a way. Maybe I don't feel I feel I can create the masterpieces, but I am not one myself.
Oh, far too modest.
Oh, please. Loving every moment of that one, it says. However, right now, no, I'm afraid I am looking for something for my patron. I need to fill her desires, not my own at this point, for artistic intent. She needs something to lift her spirits. She has been so lacking of joy lately. And the only person I can think that can bring anything like that would be her son. Asked him many times for him to pose as my model, but he refuses me. But maybe with your help, with some of you, maybe you could convince him that maybe now is his time to be my model. I would be incredibly grateful.
Would this be the Lady Vivesna and her son Vaxilas?
Lady Vivesna is my patron, yes. And yes, she has been wishing for me to make model of her son for a very long time, but he has always refused. I would be incredibly grateful if you were willing to convince him that now is his time to do what needs to be done. Become the art that will make his mother so very happy at this point in time.
Yes, I am sure we can use part of our persuasive abilities to persuade the son to set model for you. I
would be eternally grateful.
I will say we also have a friend that is not with us right now, who apparently has quite beautiful features. I do not see it myself, but I feel like this family would like the way he looks.
Yeah, she's trying to pick up what you're laying down on the front. Yes.
But yes, we will now. My compatriots. Perhaps we should go speak to the others and see what they require and how they might be persuaded to help our good lady Lyrant here.
Espen is just as oblivious to the artist being a Medusa that Cordelia is, but is having the opposite reaction. He's just staring at her hair with his mouth slightly agape.
As the snakes are writhing on her hair as this is going on. But yes, she seems to be wanting you to, for some reason, bring the sun to her for something that's been requested many times but has not happened.
He expressed why he's so reluctant to pose for you. Surely if you're all trapped here, it's not taking much out of his time. If you've got nothing else to do.
I only know what my patron needs, and she seems to need for her son to be my model in such a so that the art is born, the art that she's been longing to see. Everything else I've been producing, as she points to these stunning looking very lifelike statues that are around in this space that she has created. But yeah, she seems to think these are not enough for the lady, as things are currently for some reason.
What's behind these curtains here?
As you peer behind the curtain here, what you can see is sketches of her unfinished works. You can tell, well, even for these rough sketches of heroic poses, very artistic, risque would be the best way of putting it. On the erotic side, with grades of nudity would be the way, Espen, as you're looking behind the curtain.
Oh my god, she's a
nice one.
deviant artist.
She could just like a life drawing class. It doesn't have to be.
Did she
weird.
draw any centaurs, James?
Yeah, are there centaurs?
Who wants to log out right now?
Who wants to roll? Who wants to roll for centaurs?
Me.
Of course.
I'm gonna.
Seb want to roll for centaurs.
Oh no, six is not. There's no centaurs in her list. I would have given you on a 19 or a 20.
6 legs. That's not what the roll is.
But you can make a wisdom if you wish, Espen, on that one.
A wisdom what?
A wisdom insight check. Sorry.
Okay. James, I'm gonna guide myself.
Okay.
All right. 23.
23
plus. Nice. 26.
26. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're not surprised to be seeing sketches of her subjects and things like that. However, some key facts sort of come out as you're looking through all of this. There is a fine portrait of a lady, and the number of pictures of her is, shall we say, disproportionately represented as this is going in these sketches. And she's in every conceivable pose and state of dress within these sketches as you're looking around on this one. You take from that this is probably the Lady Vivesna, and also that there is probably some level of infatuation or obsession over this person, by the way that she is drawing so much of what's going on here.
Gotcha. So Espen is looking around and he sees the curtain, kind of takes 2 fingers and just pushes it aside a little bit just to look at it. And at first blushes and then notices how many portraits there are of, or works there are of this one specific person, and then clear his throat a little bit and just let the curtain fall back to the side and turn back around.
And she says, "I'm sorry, my dear. Did my work offend you? My art is not meant to be that, but I try to always be true to life." Espen, what you saw on the other side of that, it was so many poses of different things. You're not sure that's all quite true in what she said there.
No, you have quite the skill. I've just noticed that you tend towards the more traditional form, and not those of robust like myself. So I'm not for everyone, but my Gabriella loved me when she was with us, so that's fine.
She
like a pout.
She tries to be polite in the moment, but you get the sense that you're not. Yeah, Espen is not far off with the comment as she tries to pass past that comment as quickly as she can. But yes, sorry. Yes. Anyway, if you can see through to Valaxis and see if he will be finally willing to pose with your help, I'm sure it would be one of my masterpieces, and the lady would love it so.
Miss Lirant, I must say, your sketches are simply so lifelike. It's amazing. Could I procure one of these just to take with me and to admire?
Well, I cannot part with one of my finest pieces or one of my sculptures, but if a small piece of work of one of my sketches would be enough for you, sir, I would be happy to sign and give it to someone that seems to admire the work. Make a persuasion check, Milton. Let's see how good a piece you can of sketch that she's willing to offer.
Persuasion,
Essentially
right?
requested a nude. A simple nude you have requested.
Yes, and just because this is just under us and there is no DM in this call, right? I will also just say what I am planning to do with this.
Mhm.
But she does not seem to like my company very much, so I wonder what will happen when this ends up in a paper somewhere in the material world, right, Astra?
Well,
Wait. What are you trying to do with this picture? Sorry.
well, for now, he's just trying to get hold of
Lather
one.
this woman's reputation because she does not like that we ally with her family.
Well, we shall see on that one as she does pick out what appears to be an all right sketch of this of the lady of the house. It's flirtatious. I wouldn't say it was full on, but it is a slightly salacious picture would be the way to put it. But she does not see it that way.
Mm-mm. Well, this is certainly a fine piece. Perhaps if we will be able to get her son to pose, perhaps you can offer me another.
Oh, my dear, I would certainly be more than happy to. More than happy to, sir.
These drawings, are these in charcoal by any chance?
I'm going to say there's a mix, but the one you've been given is in charcoal.
Is there like any piece of charcoal just laying around by any chance?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there definitely is the possibility that there is some charcoal on the side.
While walking out, can I just like swipe it with me?
Sleight of hand. Yeah, see how well you do. Oh, damn.
A lawyer stealing from an artist.
Sounds like a normal day.
Yeah, not a thing to it, Milton. As this is going on, Moni, I will give you, as you've been outside of the room as this has been going on.
I walked out as after we sort of said, yeah, let's go find him.
No problem. I would like a perception check from you, please, as you're leaving.
Oh no. When a perception check is required, I always do amazing, apparently.
Yeah, a couple of things obviously still pick up for you. The knights there, subtly their heads have moved to follow what's been going on. That's certainly true. However, you are picking up the flickering of firelight coming from under that door as this is going on the opposite side of from where you are currently, over and above where you were before.
Excuse me, butler man.
Yes.
What room? Whose room is this? And she's just pointing.
This would be Fosterlass in this room. The librarian. He works usually late into the nights.
Good to know.
As he will step off to one side as this is all going on, just to give you guys space, and he will say, "And where can I take our honoured guests next on their tour?"
To the sun, I assume.
Yeah, let's take us to Vax coronavirus, Corvinaris. There we go. Yeah, let's take us to him.
Okay, bear with me. I now will find the master of the place. 1 second.
As we're walking, I'll lean over to Astra and just say, "Did you see those drawings?"
Pretty well done. She's a gifted artist.
I would say that she is more than gifted. I would say that she is rather infatuated with the lady of the house. Probably why she is so keen on pleasing her.
Yes, I do agree. It's a little too obsessive. I understand artists and their muses can form a connection, but I will keep an eye on that. Maybe we might be putting the sun in danger if we bring him to her. That's something I'm a bit worried about.
Do you think that she would mean him harm?
Well, if the mother cares very deeply for her son, and she wants the affection of the woman, but the woman's affection is turned towards someone else, maybe she sees the son as a barrier to getting the true love of her muse.
Espen is eyebrows raise up. I never would have even considered a potential lover being jealous of her lovely son. That is unheard of in Ferncombe. But I mean, the Corvinarises are definitely a different lot.
I've written a lot of articles with horrible consequences for similar situations before. It's not so uncommon.
Well then, perhaps I am a little more okay with the fact that she is not interested in my form for her work.
Astra's going to put her hand on her shoulder and go, everybody is beautiful and special in its own way. Just because someone else doesn't like it doesn't mean it's not a good body.
He weighs it away and says, "Oh, don't worry. The only admiration I needed was from my beloved late Gabriella. I'm fine. But thank you, I appreciate it."
I do the pat and then move on down the corridor with everyone else.
Espen is slapping his stomach a little bit, like kind of laughing at it.
Usk starts to take you down the corridors and then swiftly turns down a north-facing corridor and says, I believe the master would probably be in the kitchens by this point in time. And he will pass by here and take you directly to the kitchen.
Oh, we had bad luck. Good luck in the kitchen last time.
Everything went well in the kitchen.
The kitchen was fine.
Yeah,
Don't go to the dining room.
Yeah.
Ballroom or whatever it was.
And this is the point where, unlike Espen and his feelings in the dining room, in the main hall that you saw earlier, this is the point where you guys get the uncanny feeling as you're stepping into a strangely alternate version of the corridor that you passed before, an alternate version of that kitchen that you were in, where you had to deal with the rust monsters last time, into a same shape room, same thing room, but just different, darker and but intact as this is going on. And standing on one side, there would be a image of a sort of dark-skinned elven person, ashen grey skin, shadowed eyes, jet black irises as this is going on, and I will show you his picture. But there is this guy and literally two of these sort of creatures are sort of off to one side in the kitchen as this is going on. As this, he sort of looks at you all and he says, "Who the hell are you?"
Hello. We are guests here. I assume you are Vaxilus. Is that not? Is that right?
Yeah, that's my name. Yeah, you've got me at a disadvantage, sir.
Pleased to meet you, Milton Lomax Esquire. I represent Azazel Gargote and Associates, your family's legal representation for now until eternity, as determined by blood and contracts. Pleased to meet you.
He looks at you like, is this a joke? Is you're with Philastus? No. He looks around like a little bit like confused.
I'm not with Velastus. I am with Azazel Gargote and Associates.
Never heard of him.
Did the guy, what's his name? The guy that sounds like a goth. Usk.
Yes.
Did he give me my contract back?
No, he did not. No, the you know that he said that the mother took that on that one.
Sneaky bastard. Okay.
During this conversation, Espen is going to kind of reach over and grasp Astra's and just give it like a quick squeeze and kind of nod over to Milton and say, "I believe the lawyer might need your aid in this discussion, and I'm going to cast guidance on you in case you want to go help him."
Yeah, I'll come forward and be like, I think the best course of action is to probably explain why and how we got into your home. We're very sorry we're here without your consent. We were pulled through a portal, and we are now just as confused as you are as to why we're actually here, and of course how to get out. So again, I apologise for being in your home without your permission.
Fine. I mean, it's my father's home, but I don't care on that front. But you're from the other side of the portal. You're from out there. You must be from out there. Have you
Yes.
been? Yeah. I haven't met people like you in ages. There's not many that come and go or new faces around here. It's pretty damn fucking boring normally, but it's interesting at least. So you are you able to move freely like he does, as he sort of points towards Milton for a moment, or are you trapped like I am?
Trapped.
Yeah.
Very much so. No idea how to leave.
Wait, Milton, you can leave?
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm being a little bit sorry. The librarian seems to be able to choose to leave when he wishes to. I'm sorry, sir. I may be making assumptions of yourself. Do you have that power? Could you?
Well, to be quite honest, I have not tried yet. I might have that power. I might not have that power. It all
That's
depends
interesting.
on what power the law invests in me, if that makes sense. But I will check that in time, I am sure. But for now, we would need some way to gain favor in this household in order to speak to your father, or who I assume is your father at least.
I can understand why you would want to curry favor. Mother and him are not the easiest. I can definitely attest to that.
That is very, very true. One way we are trying to curry favor is by doing a little favor for an artist that resides here.
Okay. He starts to like, I know where this is going. Let me guess. She asked you for my mother's sake that I do something for her?
She wishes to sculpt you of sorts, as a gift to your mother. You seem incredibly reluctant.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. I am not doing that. I am not posing for that woman or... Yeah, no way. No way. She's seriously, I think she is way too obsessed with my mother. I think if she could, she would literally skin me and take my place if she could. I wouldn't trust her one step. No way, no shot.
I mean, I tend to agree. I mean, and I'll take out the drawing that I got from her. I mean, people like that draw things like this. It's just...
that's quite a lot to be doing that, sort of pictures like that of your patron. I mean, she's seriously sort of overbearing on that one. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. And we've been dealing with that for a long time. Seriously, I think she would want to literally take me out and take my place if she could. It's real weird. Real weird.
Okay, yeah, I don't feel comfortable bringing this guy without his consent to this artist. If she's making him that uncomfortable, I don't feel like in good conscious bring him to her. I don't care about guarding favor. I don't want to make him uncomfortable. That's not fair.
No, I mean, that's up to you. I mean, obviously, you are allowed to make a persuasion check if you so wish, but you do not have to.
No, that's what Astra says. That's not me. Sorry, that's Astra's,
that is on Astra's front.
Astra's actually saying that out loud, that she doesn't want to force this guy to participate with this woman that makes him incredibly uncomfortable.
Very well. Violating consent is not within our intent. However, I believe Usk, one of your manservants, actually said that you required help as well around the house. Or am I?
There's a few things that would be. I mean, if you want to, I mean, I don't know how much my favor is useful to you. I mean, I suppose I do have some sway with my mother, but yeah, there are a few things I would be thinking about. But to be honest, I mean, helping out in the grounds would be the one for me. I mean, it seems like that hampers everything at the moment. It's kind of like if the grounds were a bit better taken care of, maybe I could get back to my hunts. At the moment, I've been so violently bored. It would be nice to be able to get back to that.
Espen's popped a cherry that's sitting in front of him on this cutting board in his mouth, and he's like, "See, I told you, we just need to go into the ground. We need to help the groundskeeper. We just need to get our hands dirty and then
So
we'll
is it
show the
just helping
Covenarses."
Is it just helping the groundskeeper, or are there other things around the estate that still need doing, that like fall outside of the
I really
the
don't care too
groundskeeper?
much about many things. I just want to be able to travel and hunt. I really want to be able to get back to what I was doing, and I've been struggling with what's going on. But if the grounds were a little better dealt with, I might be able to get back to what I really want to do. And maybe, if you're interested, maybe we could go hunting. It would be something we could try. Maybe it would.
Oh, I love to go hunt. What's your prey of choice?
He says, a truly magnificent specimen. Wings like gossamer, transparent and lovely. A beautiful, iridescent body. Utterly remarkable creature, what I've seen. I wish to hunt and kill it.
Do I know what he's talking about since I'm local? Does that sound like a local legend that I would have heard of?
Make a history check.
Cadence. Plus 12.
What he's describing there sounds very, very alien to your mindset, if that makes sense. You wouldn't think of anything in the surrounding lands that would look or be like that. And yeah, that seems incredibly strange. And in some ways, to you, Espen, right now, in this dark place, that seems even more strange, if that makes sense.
Okay. I chew the berry thoughtfully.
We can certainly help you with that, and I would love to hunt such a creature with you. It sounds magnificent and like something that would deserve to die.
I love that.
However, can you maybe, if my compatriots agree, I propose we head out and talk to the groundskeeper. However, I would like you to give me maybe 10 minutes so I can summon my paralegal here, and so we can resume our legal mission that we came here for.
He says, by all means, have some food down here in the kitchens. I really don't care. It's not a problem to me. But yeah, I'll be around if you do deal with the groundskeeper and help him out. Maybe we can go hunting. It might not be so bad. Better than being around here.
Ask the day you got trapped. What happened? Anything strange on the actual day when you were topside and then being brought here? Anything?
I was younger then. I don't remember much, but I remember being scared. I remember shaking at the place, screaming a bit, crying. Maybe there was some of that from somewhere. But no, I don't. I just know that I've been here a very long time, and not many new faces come through here, so it's interesting to see something different. But that's about all I can recall.
Make notes of that, with like question marks around like shaking, feeling.
But seek me out if you fancy killing something that beautiful that needs to die. I think that would be good. And that's when he starts to move around. Yeah.
Astra doesn't look too pleased with the concept of killing something that looks beautiful.
Before he runs away.
So he's walking. He's not gone yet. Cordelia, you certainly can have it in the moment.
That sounds truly delightful. However, she'll take his hand if he so allows.
He's very, very withdrawn, shall we say? So I'm not sure
She's
he would.
being a little flirtatious. Does that help?
Does he have the arrogance of that?
Persuasion with that?
Yeah,
thing, or
make
general
a
charisma.
At disadvantage, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give you a persuasion at disadvantage is fair.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's not overly interested.
Persuasion.
Yeah, he's sort of.
Okay, she'll-
yeah, you get this, but I will give you this if as you are trying this is like yeah, he's definitely not used to this amount of people. As this is going on, you're definitely picking that up as this is going on. He's finding this kind of awkward.
She'll withdraw her hand and apologize. Sorry, we were just talking to the artist, and well, I can certainly see why she would see you as a muse. So it would really help us if you were to pose for her, and if it would make you feel any better, we could stay there and bear witness, just in case. And as she's saying this, she's going to psionically cast Calm Emotions.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So there is no components, there's no moving of hands, there's no...
very nice. Very nice.
She's also going to heighten it to give him disadvantage on the save.
Ooh, very good. Okay.
And her intention is to make him indifferent to us and the artist.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. So what is his save in his feature?
A charisma saving throw.
Okay, 1 second.
At disadvantage, and the save is, where is my save? Save is 16.
Disadvantage 7. He will be failing in the moment as this is going on, Cordelia.
And she'll just smile and
he's sort of like that sort of backed up hostility that was there, and the pulling away is kind of becomes sort of nonchalant in the moment, and it's sort of like, yeah, I don't know. It's not. I suppose it's not too bad a thing.
I mean, you did say that you were bored. It would be something different, at least.
And it would certainly be something different. Have you ever posed for a portrait or a statue before?
No, not like any of the ones of my
exhilarating.
father. Nah. I'm not against it, I guess.
Well, how about we go and you try it? And should you find it disconcerting whatsoever, we'll jump in and stop the process. It'll be something
I don't
new.
see why not. It's something to do. I wasn't going to go hunting yet. Fair enough. Sure, why not? He seems, completely indifferent in the moment as this is going on that front.
Well, shall we? And she'll kind of loop her arm around his as she did.
Yeah,
with,
and all of that
Mr.
sort of
Lomax.
pulling away was is now gone from him as this is going on, and by all means you can lead him back down the hallway back towards her little shop.
Espen shrugs to the group, pops another berry in his mouth, and follows.
Ash looks very concerned as she follows this. She's not happy with this at all.
Okay.
Milton is going to stay behind and ritually cast Find Familiar.
Yeah,
by throwing
definitely.
the charcoal that he stole into the fire and casting the spell to resummon
Absolutely, you
fog.
can definitely be taking the 10 minutes. You think the making of a marble statue of a person is certainly going to take time.
Yeah, it takes time, so I'm taking my time to do this. Like, it's supposed to be 10 gold words. I'm hoping, like, between like the charcoal and some of like the spices that I find here, this will.
I think with the and the items on your person, I'm happy enough that there is enough around to make this going on. But yeah, there is the throwing of this the charcoal into the fire sort of brings this up. Astra, do you stay with Milton, or do you join the others as this is all going on?
I would Milton purely because I don't think that somebody should be left alone, seeing as we have left someone. Someone is gone, so.
Okay, no problem. So bear with me. Yes. He will wander in, and Larenth will be like, "Oh my god!" As this is all going on in the moment, she seems unbelievably pleased. As she's like, "Oh my god, you did it! You managed to convince him." And she seems like incredibly pleased as this is all going on. On that one, she seems very, very happy with this possibility as this is all going on in the moment. And she will start to and she starts to move her current piece that she's working on, and sort of will set him up in the corner, getting ready for him to pose, and all of this as this is going on.
Can Espen roll an insight while she's watching the artist hustle and bustle around to see if there's any ill intent? Because after talking to Astra, I guess now he's...
you can definitely make an insight check and see what you're picking up as this is going on.
Guidance. Ooh, nat 20
Oh,
plus. Can we get
damn.
over 30? Hang on. 30!
Wow, okay. So yes, Cordelia and Espen, you are watching this. Espen, as you're watching, this is the excitement of an artist, and you instinctively know that in moments things will go down and something terrible is going to happen to this person. You are very, very aware of that as she starts to now over here, and I need you to move yourself a little to the left, and he sort of like apathy sort of sets in as he starts to follow her commands a little bit to move and position, and then the crossbow down to one side and to the left, and then if you and she's literally moving him into the perfect position as this is going on. Does anything happen as that's going on?
Espen is going to tense noticeably and then look over his shoulder at Mona and just say, "She means him ill will. She means him harm." And he will clasp his holy symbol and be ready to intervene. But he's staying where he's at to do it. But he let Mona know.
Oh.
Okay. And she starts finishing off, moving him a little to the left, moving the pose up a little bit. Utterly perfect. As the snake head's eyes move forward, and in the moment you see him start to freeze up as he is obviously being petrified in the moment as this is all going on. Is this? I'm guessing this is a point where things may go down. Does anything happen as this is happening?
So then the only thing that Espen does is tell the guards, she means the young master ill will. That's all I got.
Okay, fair enough. I'm assuming things are going to go down and people are going to try and stop what's going on in the moment here. So I'm going to say we're going to go and roll some initiative and see how this is going on.
That's fair.
And just to see who gets to react first in this moment as we go. Two of you are a little further off as this is going on.
Why my initiative so bad?
If there, I'll roll you in if it becomes a thing, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I don't roll for now.
No, I think it doesn't make sense that you would be doing that in the moment. Begin the combat. Lawrence will, at this point, as nothing else has been triggering, she is continuing to work on her masterpiece of turning Valaxis fully into stone as this is going on. Valaxis in the moment is stuck in place as this is going on.
The cute adjectives that go with the NPCs attacking us. It just says Onyx Knight. There's no reclusive Onyx Knight. We don't have my normal normal ones on that one. How can we tell
they
the difference?
They were all here beforehand. It's Onyx Knight 1 and 2 almost, but on that front. So I'm going to say in this first turn, these two are locked in what's going on at the moment, and Valaxis seems to be freezing up, but has not completely turned to stone. You know that will take time. But Cordelia, you are next to react as all this is going on, as you're seeing this woman is very, very entrenched in her work, as she just hears Espen's voice from behind as this is all going on that front.
Oh, no, I'm not quite sure this is what we agreed on. As she swirls her hand around, gathering energy in her hands, and then with a click, she will cast Vortex Warp on Baxilius. And should he fail the save, if he is resisting, he is indifferent to us at the moment still.
Oh, this is good.
He will teleport to just over here. Actually, do I need to see where they go?
Oh, let's.
Let me.
You could probably put him here if you had to seek the doors.
An angle there.
So I need to see the creature to that I can see within range. Okay, yes. So I can just see this square here.
Absolutely. The magic's being cast him. He is indifferent to you in the moment as all this, but he's now pretty thing of her as all this is going on. I'm gonna say this is a go. Will it do the teleport, Cordelia, if you try it, or can you actually do the can you do the thing? I'm intrigued to see if it all just works as on that front.
Oh, I didn't target him.
That's okay. I'll delete it. We can try again. So if you target him first, can you? Oh, boo.
No, it's not doing anything. I don't think it's like Misty Step. Sorry.
I was wondering it might be, it would have been something. But yeah, I'm going to say he will fail in the moment, and she then he will reappear on over here off to one side, and he'll get to the next one along on that front, and sort of and is holding a thing in the moment as the woman is sort of beginning to whirl round Cordelia. Is there anything else on your turn as this is all going on?
I mean, there's a slight difference in making a statue and turning someone into a statue. And then that'll be the end of my turn.
Fair enough on that one, as she will whirl round as this is going on. The first of the Onyx Knights. Do you get in its way, Espen, as this is all going on?
No, I have no reason. I called them, didn't I? So
yeah, that's why I'm asking. It wanders into the room and steps to the door. Larenth, in the moment, I'm going to say in this sort of 6 seconds, whirls round, seeing what's going on, and sort of smiles politely as this is all going on. I'm going to say the second knight makes its way over to the door as this is all going on, but nothing happens more than that in the moment. Coming to Espen's turn at this point as she looks around.
I think Espen is going to go down. Is he still like in like a petrified?
He looks like his muscles are taut, but he's not. It's not been many seconds right now, so he's not nowhere near looking like he's fully turned to stone, if that makes sense.
Okay. Can Espen maybe bodily pick him up and move him further away?
You can definitely do that. You get the attention of one of the nearest of these knights as this is going on.
No, that's
but
fine.
you can definitely move him. You can half move.
So basically,
how far are you?
I think I just want to put him like here in this hallway.
Sure. You can.
And then I would set him back down. Kind of do a once over pat of like somebody looking for injury. And just say, go. You're right. She means to kill you.
And he's sort of like, he's definitely going to agree with you in the moment. Mona, around to you in this as this is all going on. What do you do?
Oh, I do have a bonus action. Can I do something real fast?
Of course you can. Definitely.
How do you target people again?
Press T when you're over their token.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Mona. So you have 2 extra AC.
Thank you.
So as I set him down and I pat him over, I point the amulet at you and look at you, and the center jewel flares red and my eyes flare white, and you see a mixture of like this like pinkish, orangish, reddish light kind of swirl around you for a minute and then just dissipate.
Okay. Thank you. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it though.
Oh yeah, bringing us round to Mona as this is going on in the moment. Last of this turn.
There are two huge knights in front of her. She can't do anything.
You think you may well be reading the room correctly.
Cordelia, I think it's time to leave. Don't look at the stakes. Then she'll.
The only other thing on your turn, Mona, that I will give you, you hear the sound of someone coming to the door behind you as all of this is going on. Yeah, if it looks like no one is going to be reacting, I think we can slow this combat down. I'm going to pause the combat tracker, if that makes sense, for a moment, and we'll go back into normal play. And she says, "Oh, damned. Oh well, I guess that'll have to be. I'll have to work on something else for the lady. How disappointing. That would have been such a masterpiece." As Espen, you watch as Valaxis in front of you unfreezes in the moment and says, "You see what I'm talking about? Fucking bitch!" As he starts to just fucking run off as this is going on, as he's darting down the corridors. And she said, "Oh well, never mind. I guess I'll try again with him in another few years. Such help you lot were. What a waste." And she smiles politely at the knights, but doesn't. There's no real politeness in her eyes as this is going on, and the knights just begin walking back to their positions. They see no violence, so nothing happens in the moment. As Mona, behind you, the door opens, and a very different figure will appear, going, "What in blazes is going on out here?" Behind for Cordelia and Espen, there is, well, Espen not so much, but for Cordelia, there looks like a figure with best way to describe it, devil wings, is literally appearing behind Mona in the moment, and we're carrying a book in the moment as he's looking on. What in blazes is going on out here?
Hello, I'm Mona. Nice to meet you.
New
She'll
people.
put her hand out to shake his hand. See if
he will definitely hearty handshake coming from this guy as this is going on, and welcome new people to the place. What have you been doing to them, Larenth? And she says, they're beginning to bore me. As she starts to run up to her door. As obviously Milton and Astra are not in the room here as this is going on, and she will be shutting her door like you're all not worth dealing with right now, and is locking her door.
Anyway.
You may have burned your bridges there with her in the moment on that one. She is very testy, huh?
She tried to kill the sun. We didn't know.
Oh, she's been wanting to make her masterpiece for a long time. What did she want to do? Make him stone, huh?
Yep.
We saved his life.
Oh well, that's not.
We also put his life in danger.
I don't know. He did it of his own free will.
New people here for once. This is at least interesting to see.
We hear you can leave whenever you want. We need to leave. We have other business in a different plane, I think.
Oh, there are many planes. Yeah, you are in one of them, obviously. A plane of shadow here, and
have I heard of the plane of shadows?
Have you heard of the plane of shadows? You would, but you would probably have heard of it under as a different name.
But yes, we saw that you can come and go from the estate as you please, from the guest book. We would just like to know how we, too, can leave.
And, well, maybe you should come in. We can talk more privately in here. I can maybe make it work more. As he sort of like wanders.
Well, because... Go get Astra and Milton would probably love to see this, one of his own.
As he starts to unlock the library, and he will start making his way in. Come, please. This is my place.
I will return with the others.
Of course.
And Espen will go to the kitchen to retrieve Astra and Milton with whatever they had been doing this entire time.
Okay. I'm going to say, Milton, it's just about been enough time for your spell to finish as this is all going on, and we can have a quick scene up here of as Astra, you watch as how does he get appear from the fire, Milton, as this is all going on?
Depends. Was he destroyed or was he just somewhere else?
He was somewhere else.
So then I guess he was still like writing down wherever he was, whatever was happening, I am assuming, and then suddenly like the flame in the fireplace flickers up, and then suddenly he's there.
Reappearing in the fire, and as he's like, "Oh geez, boss, it's you."
There you are. Where have you been?
And he looks around and it's like, I've been right here. Well, no, hang on a minute. I've been somewhere like here. I don't know, boss. It's real weird.
I hope you have written it all down. We will go over your report later before we go to sleep.
Yeah, I got it all here. And as he's holding up his, as he's writing, he's got his parchments off to one side. As he's saying this is probably when who was running up to that little group. Espen, yeah, no. So at this point, Espen comes running into the room for you guys as this is going on.
Yeah, he rushes in, frowning. Just says, Astra, you are correct. She meant him some ill will. We prevented any thing from happening, but it would seem as soon as the threat had passed, the guard of the household seemed to lose interest, and according to the librarian that we just met, it is a pretty common occurrence, but we are speaking to him in the library now. He is the one who has written in the guest book that he has come and gone multiple times. We're hopefully going to find out how.
As soon as you said that harm was brought towards the sun, Astra's just going to put her hands on her hips and roll her eyes very obviously, and her facial expression just reads, "I fucking said it." And she'll just go, "Well, is he okay at least?"
Oh yes, like I said, she did something to him. She looked at him and he went stiff. But Cordelia did something to transport him out of the room. I carried him a bit further. He seemed to shake it off and run off, saying some very colorful language about her. But he is unharmed. And from what I can tell, so is the artist.
So no physical damage, just psychological torture. Great.
And apparently this is an occurrence that has happened before, according to Larenth and the librarian.
Well, okay, so let's... Oh, did you say the librarian? You found him?
He technically found us. He stepped out of his study to ask what the occurrence was and then invited us into the library to speak to us further.
That certainly sounds like it would be enlightening.
Yes, definitely. Let's go then.
Yeah, Espen gestures over his shoulder and he will lead them back to the doorway where he was.
Okay, so yeah, bring your characters down here if you can. Oh, there's too many of you, isn't it? Yeah, that's absolutely true. I need to get rid of the ones up in the kitchen area. 1 second, we'll get rid of that, and I'll get rid of Milton. And now you should just have 2 tokens, and it'll all make more sense.
As we're walking through his study, can I just do a quick perception check for anything that might be interesting, anything that might catch my eye?
It's very, very obvious that there is a vast number of strange books around here. However, you can't read any of the titles as you're looking past it, unless you can read Infernal, Espen, as this is
You will be surprised to find out that I cannot.
No, so it's completely in a language you cannot understand, but they are the most that you are picking up in the moment as you're looking around. But he's kind of like watching you and sort of like I can move forward.
I can read some of the titles, and it's Infernal.
So can I.
I can also read Celestial if there's some of that as well.
I can read literally everything because I have eyes.
Read Infernal, yeah. I
We
can
have
read
four. We have 5 characters that can read Infernal.
Okay. So the ones that can, that's just on that one. You can between you can either do an Arcana check or an investigation check in this room as you're going past. However, he is watching. He is watching you and saying, "Come," as he's sort of beckoning you through his room.
I'm
May
good
I
with
make-
both of those.
He has no special recognition of me.
Not in the moment. But yeah, we're just seeing we're seeing what goes on.
I'd be doing it in the library area because we were waiting here for a little while for Espen.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely be doing it in the library as that's
Investigation or Arcana. Oh, they're the same. Let's do Arcana.
I'll probably do investigation because that would probably where her mind goes first. So
Sure, absolutely.
Good number.
Do we want to split this up? Cordelia, are you going to go for the library in this case, and we'll have Astra go for the little room, or vice versa?
Yeah.
Which way?
Yeah, I'm in the study, so yeah.
Okay, cool.
Following our infernal friend.
Certainly, no problem on that one. Let's have a quick look at what's going on here. So yes, you are picking up that in one of the central located shelves, about at eye height, there is a hard book cover which is very nondescript, but the spine is facing outward and it reads oddly, "Further useful passages." Unlike some of the story names and other things that you've seen on some of the other things in the moment, and that's what you pick up, Cordelia, on that one. Astra, however, in the other room, as you're wandering past and with your Arcana check on this one, there is what you can only describe as what looks like a tomb on the desk, which is setting off your magical senses quite dramatically. It is a book that seems to be suffused with magical energies, as if every piece of the inscribed magic and runes would be of influence to what is on the inside. It appears to be, strong sort of sense of sort of conjuration magic that you're getting. I'm going to give you a little more because of the for 22 as this is all going on. But yeah, you're getting a strong sense of a tomb on his desk as he's sort of like, come, as he's sort of beckoning you all through as this is all going on.
Wait until he's out of the room, and then I would kind of just take the book.
He's watching you through the doors here as you're going. Yeah, he's literally watching it. Yeah, you can see he's doing that. It doesn't mean you couldn't swipe it with a very high roll, but it would be a high roll.
The type of person she'd lift up the book and like show it to him and be like,
sorry, that's mine, my dear. Yes. Come through. We have much to discuss. Leave that alone. Thank you.
Okay. And Astra will sadly put it back down again. It's just the sort of person she is, unfortunately.
Fair enough. So yeah, he will beckon you forth, and he says, "New people here. It has been a while since we have had outsiders here. I trust you are doing okay so far, and not too. The locals have not been causing you too much trouble. They are reasonably odd in their ways." As he sort of and shuts the door behind you all as this is going on.
We don't lock, do we? It just shuts.
It just shuts at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't heard a click as this is going on. Espen, I mean, you're looking at the sight here of a very winged creature that matches the images that you would definitely describe as something from passages in books on that front, as this is all.
Espen reaches into his messenger bag and pulls out a vial of. It just looks like a vial of water. May or may not be holy water. And he's just going to kind of sprinkle some on his hand and rub his hands together and kind of push it through his handlebar mustache and through his mutton chops and through his hair. It'll just make him feel a little bit better. But otherwise, he's standing off to the side, just taking this in nervously.
Man, you seem like a person of culture. and great study. Can you maybe give us a little bit more context about what is going on here? How did this house end up in this demi-plane, so to say?
Ah, well, you are smarter than some of the others, I see. Very interesting. Yes.
Well, it is how I was trained, yes.
Ah, interesting. We will discuss that in a little bit more in depth in a moment, my friend. But yes, the house that you are within is within a plane of sorts, a plane of shadow, a plane of darkness. It is an odd nexus of a place that appeared a while back, but has been of interest to me and others. But yes, I am one of the few that frequent it at this time. It's a very strange case. I don't know all of the ins and outs, but it appears the place is strangely split between planes. 3, to be precise.
Which planes?
There is the shade here, there is the Fae, and then there is the material. Each is different, each is in different ways and states. Each is interesting in their own way, but I tend to spend most of my time in this area. I kind of think of this more as home, as these, or at least a very good temporary one. But I find it of interest that there are new people here, new people to see, new maybe bargains to be had, new ideas to share. But what could I be offering to any of you that might be of use? What do you need? What can I offer? What can you give
Regulus. Up? That's what we need.
You're
to leave this place.
You're missing a friend? Someone that didn't make it to this side? Are they trapped in one of the others? Are they trapped in the Fae? Are they trapped in the Ruined?
We don't know. He went through the portal before us, so we assumed he'd come through first, but didn't seem to turn up at all.
Ah, then he may be in one of the others. If you originated from the Ruined, the material?
Yes.
And he stepped through from there, correct?
Yes.
With yourselves?
Yep.
Then,
Yes.
then he could be in the Feywood. There is the other possibility. The portals lead to many places. Well, they lead to 3 places in total.
Are they houses like this, like versions of this house?
Yes. It is a very strange occurrence. I have not come across this in many places I have been in my time. It is a strange nexus that is within all 3 realms. It is not. It was not there before, but it is there now.
It is indeed very strange to see a house divided like this.
Oh my god, that's the name! That's the name!
The title just said we can
I
end
get it now! Oh my god, I get it!
Well played. Well played.
Remember to like and subscribe. Everyone. Thank you very much.
Congrats! They solved the mystery. They managed to get there on that front. It's I could definitely help on if you needed to go searching for your friend in one of the other areas. It sounds like maybe traveling Feywood might not be a bad plan to go seek your friend.
And what will that cost us?
Well, yeah, there's always prices to be had. This smiling grin crosses his face as he's saying that on that front. But what would you be willing to give up? I'm willing to take many different things. If you have information that I find useful, maybe give up some of your life essence is another possibility.
Pulls a face at that.
Vile deeds are also always interesting payment. I'm never one against that. Or would you like to go bigger? Can you think bigger? Maybe a soul of someone at the point of their death, or more calamitous adventures. But what would you think? What could you give up? What would you give up?
Other residents of this house is odd, but you yourself seem rather strange. There's odd requests of a person.
Well,
please.
Please, yes,
I mean,
people have to make their way in this world, and you know that, Milton. These are all the sort of things that you offer up in a pact. It's as clear as day. It's nothing. It's nothing unusual from that point of view.
My good sir, I recognize a salesman when I see one. And I think between the both of us, we both know what we are after. I think we might be able to collaborate on this. I am not sure who you represent exactly or who you report to, but I can assure you that our interests might align, and that we might be able to go further without the need for any sort of formal deal as such.
Oh, come now, sir. You know that the detail is in. Sorry, the devil is in the details. You know a contract is always needed for these sort of things. But I can see there are many options. Not all of them are dramatically against you or would be of great harm. What is giving up things like, I don't know, a minor detail of your life, a little event that happened in your past? What is the harm in maybe something being taken such as that from some people? They're all of interest and use to me. And Milton, I will say you can make a... Well, I need something law-based on that front, so it's going to be history or maybe Arcana if you wish, if you want to go down that route.
Could I do a religion check?
Yeah, you can do a religion check in the moment as what this is going on, yeah.
God, why have I so little, skills? It's...
Oh, man.
Sad. Right?
Can I do a religion check? Because I get
Guidance, by the way.
against fey, fiends, and undead. Is he a fey, fiend, or undead?
He's definitely a fiend. So yeah, you can definitely...
Was it guidance on that? Because that I can do.
No, guidance for me.
I'm rolling.
Oh, guidance for you. Never mind then.
You don't accept my guidance. You made it clear.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, these things, these things always have a price, and he's basically spelling out what the prices could be. It's just dependent on what level people will be willing to go to. Yeah, is the honest truth. And you get the sense that he's suggesting he can obviously transport you all to a different plane if you needed it, but he's also, you believe he would be able to offer many interesting services if people were willing to pay the prices.
But did Espen roll the best at that with an 11?
Yeah. I mean, Espen, you with an 11, I'll still give you that. From a religious point of view, you know that these bargains always have price, and it's just like, how bad is that price? And you can imagine that in scripture that has probably been said to be pretty damn bad, if that makes sense. So, if the stories are true, you take it as you will. But I'm assuming he would have gotten the stronger end of those stories rather than the what others have on that one.
Yeah, Espen just says, this is a slippery slope. It seems like a good idea now, and that is how it works. Now, you're not thinking ahead, you're not thinking around the corners that they do. This is folly. We should not be speaking to this being.
Oh, there's always one, isn't there, that's like that, as he sort of rolls his eyes as is going on. Your gods will always paint us into bad sides. Mona, yes, go ahead.
What about like a sort of task, a job for you in the future? That be enough? Instead of giving up our memory?
Maybe I can think of something on those fronts.
You previously mentioned calamity. Now that does sound appealing.
And he says, yeah, I'm always interested in strange and interesting vile events occurring. They are always of interest, and they always please. I could point out a few ideas of things that could be achieved or done that would be of value to me. That's certainly true.
Well, we are traveling with the supposed heir of this estate. How about
an heir, you say? As he sort of his senses sort of pick up as you say that on that one. On what line would he be?
Corvinaris.
From which side of the family? From Kryn?
Supposedly he is the the bastard son or the illegitimate son of Kryn Corvinaris, yes.
And he sort of pulls back in the moment, sort of smiling a little bit. Wow.
Well, show him the records. Show him what we have, how we have come to our conclusion.
You show up a picture of that Bob drew previously of the portrait of Darvis, of the elder Corvinaris, and Regulus next side by side, and he says, "Wow, this is interesting, and possibly you say illegitimate. My, that would put a cat amongst the pigeons."
The calamity. We are. I told you before. We are here for the same reason. Our interests are aligned in this.
By the way,
Can I?
he is in fact the companion who is on the other side that we are trying to get to.
Well, you do bring interesting news, and I am very, very interested to see how the family may react to this person being here. I'm inclined to go for a freebie in this case. And he...
You are too kind, sir. Too kind.
I would like to insight check that.
Absolutely. You can make an insight check on that one.
Good guidance. 21 plus 22.
22. He rolled a flat 6 with his pluses. But so overall, Espen, on this one, you think that this person is gleeful in the idea of doing this? You think he's being honest in what he's going to do and attempt to bring Regulus here, but you cannot shake the feeling that this is to some ill end to what is going on around this place as this is going on. But yeah, he will start to step away and into his office for a moment, and he says, "Please, give me a few moments," and he will shut himself away in his office as this is going on. As these small imps will begin to fly around you all as this is all going on in the moments, and I think
that went rather well.
I don't think so. Well, we might not pay the price. Who knows what cost it will be to Regulus. He seemed almost gleeful in the information that was given to him, and it can't be to a good end.
The door in front of Astra locks in the moment as this is all going on. And I think, Astra, you can make a perception check as this is all going on.
What's happening?
Astra's she's gonna startled at the locking of the door because that's what she's been concerned about this whole time.
Fair enough. With a 21, the door you hear lock, and you can see the flickering firelight that is going on under the door in the moment is getting vastly brighter. A vast orange light is now starting to stream out under the crack of the door as this is all going on in the moments. Anyone up to anything in these few seconds as things are going on?
Astra's going to be like, I think he just set his room on fire, and she's going to be pointing at the door that's glowing.
Is it like a similar glow to the portal that we saw in the other house?
No, this is bright orange, whatever's going on here at the moment. You're just seeing like a vast orange glow of light that's coming through in the moments as this is all going on. And then there's a flash, and it dies back down, and silence will take you for a moment as the door unlocks and it opens up, revealing a figure looking a little bit shocked at what's going on around him in the moment, and an arm resting on his shoulder as he's sort of smiling from above, and he just says, "Welcome home." And that will be where we will pick up for next time when we have Jamie back.